Because one of my sons is a paedophile as well. It's all my time. Thank you very much for listening. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the fantastic Martin Angola. Check his show out this week at the Sugar Club. You can follow Martin at Martin Angola Comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one more fantastic act and then we're going to have a break. We're going to give you guys some free ice cream. We're going to have a good time. The Russians are slaying Guinness. Nature is healing, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, our next act, we're a big supporter here of giving new acts a bit of stage time here at the Comedy Crunch. This act has just won the Best New Act Competition 2023 at Bray Comedy Festival. I was actually at the show and he absolutely stormed it. So we're really excited to have him here on our stage for the first time here at the Comedy Crunch. So please give him loads of Swedish, Virginia, French love. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life. That's a fucking weird search on Pornhub, isn't it? Guys, you're going to absolutely love this guy. We're going to have a break after this. We're going to have some ice cream. So once again, let's start that round of applause at the back of the room. Bring it into Emma's section. Please welcome to the stage the fantastic Patrick McLaughlin!
Wow. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Every guy your girlfriend tells you not to worry about. And if you laughed at that, you're already having an emotional affair with me. Here in the cellar. Our friends from America, I was in San Francisco recently. Well done me, I have a story for you. I got on a late night bus in Chinatown. And it was only myself, the driver. This elderly Chinese lady got on carrying a wicker basket with a chicken in it. Bus driver says to her, "I'm sorry ma'am, no live animals on the bus." She quietly put her hand into the wicker basket. Chicken dropped to the floor. True story, ladies and gentlemen. Our friend from India, I have a story for you. I'm going to go around the room. Had a colleague of mine who was over from India. We were working together. We went out 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for lunch. On Friday he said to me, "Patrick, is this sandwich the national dish of Ireland?" We're not known for our cuisine, ladies and gentlemen. We're not known for our cuisine. There's a curious reddish hue there at the back of the room. I feel like I'm trapped inside the brake light of a Ford Fiesta. That's another way of saying that this is a fire hazard. You know where I'd like to be right now? All the gin joints in all the world, where I'd like to be right now is down there listening to me. It's an existential problem I have. You get to enjoy me, but I don't. I'm getting a distinct feeling that my natural constituency is right here. And nowhere else. Wow, Danny has set the scene. There's a frenzied atmosphere in here. I feel like I've stumbled into a beer hall in Munich in 1936. Anyone who hasn't seen me before, could you raise your right arm in a rather stiff and rigid way? No takers on that. Not one. I said that in Tullamore recently. About 40 arms went up. Wow, I think if he was to come back, he'd probably set up a comedy club, call it The Bunker. Maybe have it midweek. I think there's a real appetite for geopolitical humor in this room. I'm going to plow on. Ferocious scenes, ladies and gentlemen, in the Ukraine. Arguably just as bad in Mother Russia. Vlad the Impaler, he does not permit any dissent. I heard a story from a jail just outside of Moscow. An inmate, he asked for a book from the prison library, asked a warden for the book. And the warden said to him, "I'm sorry, we don't have that book, but we do have the author." Yeah, there's about a 2-second gap there. A 2-second gap, ladies and gentlemen. As the set goes on, the gaps get longer. Prince Harry, did anyone have a chance to pick up Prince Harry's book?
Audiobook.
The audio book.
Yeah.
Interesting that the only person who picked up the book is from a former colony.
Because I want to shit on him.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. But we on this side of the water, we don't care. Prince Harry, it's celebrity gossip. That's what it is for us. But in Britain, they're rather upset with him because what he's done is, particularly the press, they're very upset. What he's done is he's invaded his own privacy, which is their job. It's like being a burglar in your own home. These are some of the philosophical questions that I tease out in my book. It's available online. Patrick McLaughlin, 1970 to 2023, The Wilderness Years. You can pick it up online. Pick it up online, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Danny referenced my sensational set in Bray. That should elicit some... Thank you very much, although I don't need your validation. For anyone who doesn't know Bray, I know a lot of people here are not Irish. Bray is an international centre of trade and commerce and art. Streets are paved with gold, teeming with wizards and poets and minstrels. For anyone who does know Bray, it's a faded Victorian seaside resort, accessible only by Cliff Walk. But yes, I want to share with you 3 reviews from that set. These appeared in the Irish Times the following morning, the culture section. A first critic said, everything in his shadow shrivels. He lives in my head rent-free. Second critic said, in danger of becoming an icon. A third critic said, unputdownable, which is normally reserved for books. But what happened on the night was I was crowd surfed back to my seat. So I'm fully expecting that to happen to me. All the way back to my seat. I didn't have a seat. But one thing that came out of that, ladies and gentlemen, I was featured in the Sunday World, which is the paper of record here. For anyone that doesn't know it. For anyone that does know it, it's a rag. But I was really delighted. It was a proud moment for me. The headline ran, accountant by day, award-winning comedian by night. And that article was wedged between 2 other articles. The one above it was, Dad spared jail, found with Kinder Egg stuffed with crack cocaine. The article below it was, McCann family devastated at Maddie impersonator. Do you know how long I just took to reflect on that? The kind of company I'm keeping right now. It doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every day. No, in fact, I'm not an accountant. I just told a journalist that I screen online obituaries for foul language. My constituency has reduced to 1. From Kilkenny. If only that was infectious. Thank you very much. So, I have children. Any parents in tonight? Yep. Surely there are, 1 or 2. Our friends from Sweden. You see, and Virginia. I asked the question, but I already knew the answer because parents are instantly recognizable. There's no light behind their eyes. They're a broken tribe. They're frustrated, they're weary, they're jaded. And there's a troll. Here there be trolls behind the bar. But all parents, ladies and gentlemen, they make this mistake. They pour their hearts and souls into their firstborn child. And this is writ large here tonight. Poor Emma shunted to the back. They pour their hearts and souls into their firstborn child, to the total and utter expense of any subsequent child. Well, she's the first. Wow, they do it twisted in Sweden. Get it backwards up there. Must be the lack of light. But myself and my wife, we made that mistake with our firstborn child. Treated him like a sun king. Dressed him like Marie Antoinette when he was an infant. Only in silk. At night he went to sleep on a bed of feathers in a Fabergé egg to the sound of whale song. Our second-born child, we left in an overhead bin on a Ryanair flight. Didn't care, didn't even know. Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in the life of an artiste That's French for artist. What is it about the French language? I know we have one French person here. What is it about that language that draws us to it? Those who don't speak it as a native language. I'm telling you, if I was run over by a truck in Paris, a Peugeot truck, or a Citroën truck, or a Renault truck, and I'm lying on the mortuary slab, and the doctor calls my mother, the conversation would go like this. Bonjour, madame. Je suis très très désolé. Mais votre fils, Patrick, il est mort. And my mother would say, that was beautiful. Start from the beginning. Say that all again. Say it all again. But there comes a moment, ladies and gentlemen, in the life of an artiste when he asks himself the question, am I still up and coming? Or have I made it? And ladies and gentlemen, decidedly so, I have made it. Thank you very much. Again, I don't need your validation. But what allows me to speak with such tremendous conviction? Well, I was in Tullamore. Did my bit on stage, it's in the Midlands. And this young fella came up to me and he said, "You were great, you were great." And I said, "Oh, thank you very much." And he said, No. He said, "You were really great," he said. About halfway through your set, he said, I said to myself, will I go out for a piss or will I hang on? And you know what I did? I hung on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can induce a young man to tighten his sphincter to hear out what you have to say, it's sort of game over, isn't it? That was my 3 Arena, my Wembley Stadium. Thank you very much. That's my time tonight. Appreciate it.
Keep a go for Patrick McLaughlin! I'm going to give you guys some ice cream. Obviously, I gave Emma hers already because there's a good chance I wouldn't make it there. You got it, Emma. Just give us a bit of proof there. She's sorted. Fantastic. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. The bar is open. Can we please give it up for our 2 amazing acts we had in the first half? Martin and Golan, fantastic Patrick McLaughlin. If you can bring your glasses to the bar, that would be beautiful. We will be back in about 5-10 minutes time with your headline act. One more time for the 2 acts in the first half. See you back here in about 5-10 minutes time. Thank you.